every societal rule is just like a line of code in a video game, simply made by some dude. And so if you blindly follow them, are you any more than an NPC? I had become greater than Buddha. So guys, I'm in a bit of a pickle. You see, after last week's pin, I still got the syringe and the needle. So it's like, what the fuck do I do with them? You can't really throw them in the trash because, like, you know, I respect the trash man's health, bro. Like, that's almost like throwing a nuclear weapon at the trash man. And I respect him. I don't want to put his life in danger by putting such dangerous objects into the trash can, you know? And so I thought, realistically, the only real way to get rid of these used syringes and needles is to give them as gifts to children. I mean, what a great use. They might even want to use them, you know, like learn to ascend young so they don't have to go through the hell of, you know, growing up as a sub-5. You know, like, I'm just doing them a favor, guys. Now, of course, their NPC parents might not like it. They're like, oh, you can't do that. And you know, their NPC parents are gonna teach their children, personality is all that counts. Yeah, bro. The fucking personality of Chad, of scrolling TikTok and existing as his hobbies is just so fucking interesting compared to that fucking one dude who's collecting postcards from around the world and doing all kinds of cool and unique hobbies. But you know, Chad is just more interesting, bro. Like, the hobby of scrolling social media, existing, bro, he breathes molecules of oxygen. He's so interesting. Well, anyway, enough of that, Jan, you know, before I get too heated with, you know, all these brutal realities, you know. And so, you guessed it, we're gonna go to the gym, just like every video, just like always. I mean, my NPC brain has been coded to simply go to the gym and basically do nothing else. So like, even though I call other people NPCs, I'm just a gym NPC myself. You know, the biggest problem with the days that I record is that I don't have my headphones. And so, instead of being able to listen to the most vile audio edits of all time, without no one knowing, I'm stuck here with the gym music. And this shit ain't BP, bro. Instead of feeling like the main character, man's like an NPC right now. Brutal. So, while at the gym, everyone was staring at me. And I was thinking like, why is that? And then I realized, when you're watching a movie, who do you look at? You don't look at side character number 5572. You look at the main character. And that's when I realized everyone is staring at me. Not because I have a camera and that's out of the norm. Not because I'm posing in a fucking corner like a retard. But because I'm the main character and they know it. Holy shit, bro. Protagonist maxing. What they know about being the main character? Nothing. Because that's me. Side characters in my story. I mean, hell, if they were the main character, why would they look at me instead of themselves in the mirror? Checkmate, side characters, checkmate. So guys, how is the donkey honking? That's my new way of saying what's up. Just came up with it and feel pretty good about it. You can tell that one to your friends and they're gonna be impressed with how cool and hip you are. So basically, I just came back from my almost daily trip of buying caffeine-free Pepsi Max. Because I'm an addict. But enough of that, there is an amazing observation that I have made. You see, usually you just go to the store, you buy what you get, boom, 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 boom. You don't even notice anything. But this time I noticed something. The cashier's smile was a bit wider. Her face lit up. She didn't just say hello. You know, after I complete the purchase. Cha-ching! I don't have a lot of money, but she doesn't know that. She just told me, have such a great day. And so I'm just like, whoa. This is, you know, like normally they can say hello. They can, you know, give you the smile of, I'm working and I have to smile to keep my job. And, you know, then they might say, have a great day because, you know, it's like kind of just a thing you do out of habit. But this time it was fucking special, bro. It was more. The fucking smile was real. The face was lit up. It was more than what she had to say. And so what does this mean? Well, of course we have to ignore all the conspiracy theories of she was having a good day, she was just feeling good at that moment, and all these fucking delusions that, you know, they're not a possibility. The reality is, I've fucking ascended, bro. I am Giga Chad now. Do you not see it? I'm Giga Chad. Almost a week on Reta. I'm a bit leaner. You know, there's been a lot of sun. I have a bit of a tan. I even put on the sunscreen. So, you know, face kind of glowing. Hair is not too flat today. It's, you know, some volume. I'm actually wearing a normal shirt. You know? Because normally I wear shirts like this, which have huge fucking holes in them. You know. But after all this, I have clearly ascended to Giga Chad. And that is why she was so nice to me. What an amazing observation. Damn, does it feel good. You know what? It really made my day. And you know, that's the thing. Sometimes to have a good day, you don't need a lot. You just need to be a Chad. And have every woman want you. And then life is good. You know, I don't ask for a lot. That's all that I need. And so now that, you know, this is completely official, of course. Now that I am officially Giga Chad, I can do the Giga Chad dance. What you know about that one? Probably haven't seen that, cause you ain't seen no real Giga Chad like me. Please believe that I'm Giga Chad, okay? Like, she was not just having a good day, okay? She doesn't... I'm Giga Chad. Everyone's telling me to buy new shoes, but then I would lose these amazing ventilation holes that I have in these shoes. I mean, how stupid would that be? You know, I would get new shoes and lose these amazing ventilation holes that help me in the summer. Psh, stupid. Well, anyway, I have a very important message to you. Because today at the gym, I was enlightened. I had become greater than Buddha. And I'll prove it to you right now. You see, once again, it was one of those days where I wasn't recording my workout. I was simply there doing my bicep curls, training arms, because fuck leg day. Listening to music, you know, Dark Triad Heart Tech. Does any other music even exist? But anyway, after a bit, I looked at myself in the mirror and I felt this acceptance. I was content being me. There was no one else I wanted to be. I didn't want to be that guy or this guy. I wanted to be me. And that's when I realized that I love myself. I had this pure love for myself, that there is no one in this world that I would rather be than me. And once that aura started radiating from me, all the people around me got mugged. I mugged them. Every single one of the people in the gym just got fucking mugged by me. Because once my aura took over, there were people who were better looking than me, taller than me, more strong than me, lifting heavier weights. And they tried to come into my space to impress me. They looked at me and how happy I was with myself, how content I was with myself. And it angered them. You could see the disgust in them, like, how is this person able to be so content being themselves when they're shorter than me, worse looking than me, lift less weight than me, yet they are more content with being themselves than I am. They were frustrated, annoyed, surprised by this. They were like, what? Baffled. And so many of them tried to prove me wrong. They tried to come into my space, lift more weight, look better and so on. But I didn't fall into their trap. No matter what they did, I still looked at myself in the mirror. And wanted to be me instead of them. And that's how I mugged them. By loving myself more. Because by being more content with myself, they all fell into my frame, where now they try to impress me, prove me wrong. But the moment you try to impress someone, you are proving and admitting that you are inferior to them. So everyone who tried to impress me is inferior to me. Because you don't try to impress people below you, you try to impress people above you. And so when they came into my space to try to prove me wrong, I knew I was superior. And it simply fulfilled my frame. It gave me more confidence that I wish to only be me and no one else. Because look at all these people trying to prove that they're better than me. They are literally proving that they are inferior to me and I am the best person in there. Therefore, why would I ever want to be anyone else? And so what is the life lesson? Don't be an NPC who wishes to be someone else. Be a real player in the game who loves himself. You see, side characters want to be main characters, but main characters wish to be themselves. And so if you simply love yourself enough to want to be you and no one else in this world, you will mug everyone. You will prove that you are a real player in the game and not an NPC who is simply enslaved by the society around them, by the standards that they set, who are constantly trying to prove themselves to others. Oh, please notice me. And that is how you can achieve greatness. And so how do you love yourself? Well, it's easy to love yourself when you're doing everything in your power to be the best version of yourself. When you're working as hard as you can, when you're going to the gym as many times as you can, you're actively trying to become the best version of yourself. When you're doing that, it's easy to love yourself. It's easy to love yourself when you know deep in your heart that you are doing everything in your power to be the best version of you that can ever exist. And that is also how you escape simply being an NPC who wishes to be someone else. And so many people are now saying, oh my God, why are you calling people NPCs? That's so dehumanizing. But these people have already been dehumanized by the society at large, by the civilization around them. They're addicted to screens and cannot even look in the mirror at themselves. They're holding their phones 5 centimeters away from their face to make sure that they don't even accidentally glance at someone else. They don't accidentally hold eye contact with a stranger. How scary would that be? When you're in a crowded train with literally nothing to do, if you try to start small talk with a stranger, they consider you weird. They have lost all the characteristics of a human being who is a social creature, who loves being themselves, who's adventurous and spontaneous, goes and sees around what the world has to offer. They have all been suppressed by this society. And you're telling me I'm dehumanizing them? They are already dehumanized. They don't even wish to act like a human being who are these adventurous creatures out to go and conquer the lands, explore the 7 seas, see what the world has. Yet they won't do it. And so don't be an NPC, but be a real human being. And to do that, you have to be content with who you are, and you have to love yourself. And that is only possible when you know deep in your heart that you are doing everything to live the best life you can, to live the life that you truly want, instead of the one that society might want from you. They're telling you, go study hard, then work hard, and then fucking die. But you can do something else. You can say, I'm gonna go explore the planets. I will conquer space itself. And once you do everything in your power to work towards that, you will love yourself and be content. And so as always, go out there, stay disciplined, chase your dreams, love yourself, and as always, and absolutely, and in every way possible, have a fantastic day.